Hi everyone, and welcome back to your Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics subject. This is still your instructor, Mr. Trip Anthony E. Ramos, and for this session, we'll be talking about the groups within the society. All right, so let's have a look into first to the social group. So social groups may be defined as a group of individuals who often act with each other on the premise of shared expectations regarding behavior and who share a common identity. So simply put, if we're talking about social groups, these are the group of individuals in which, of course, you're doing something simply because it is being expected from you, okay? And it is simply because you have a common identity. You are entering a social group simply because you would want to share and you would want also to uphold what is being upheld by that social group. Okay? So definitely kapag alimbawa nakisama ka no sa tinatawag na social group, ang laging pananaw diyan ay kapareho kanila, no? And you are doing your best so that you will be able to have and to establish this common identity that is being said upon its members. All right? So that would be your social groups. So there are different categories of a group. So the first group would be called as your primary group. So primary group, basically, this is a typical small social group whose members share close, personal, intimate, and face-to-face association and cooperation and have strong emotional ties. So simply put, ito yung mga tao na kung saan no, malalim ang inyong samahan. No? And it is being said that your relationship is intimate. No, yung mga bagay halimbawa na malalim, no, halimbawa usapin halimbawa tungkol sa pamilya, dito muna pag-uusapan, usapin tungkol sa problema, usapin halimbawa sa love life, no, definitely this can be catered but by what you call as the primary group. And take note class, no, commonly itong primary group na ito ay merong face-to-face association kasi kailangan no, itong mga taong ito nararamdaman mo not only through their through their virtually, kailangan din syempre na meron silang na personal touch ng inyong relationship, no? So take note that there should also be a strong emotional ties, no, na hindi porket napaghiwalay kayo automatic wala na. Kailangan no malayo malapit, no, kailangan no meron yung ties nyo ay nandoon pa rin. Okay? In primary group also, the members have a feeling of togetherness and belongingness and they are sympathetic with one another. No, hindi pwedeng hindi pwedeng part ka ng primary group pero laki pakiramdam sa isa't isa. Hindi pwedeng ganoon. Kailangan of course, no, dahil nga pakiramdam mo ay isa ka, no, sa grupong iyon, definitely, no, kailangan nararamdaman mo that you are together and you belong to that group. And of course, when the circumstance or when the time comes, definitely kailangan daw yung simpatya mo ay nandoon, no, sa iyong kamiyembro. Ano examples na tong primary group? Ayan, no, so we have families, your friendship groups, even your play groups, no, yung mga bata may yung mga play groups nila, peers, neighbors, among others. All right? So that would be your primary group. So if yung primary group ay talagang consistent kung tutuusin no yung pag-uusap, yung kanilang interaction and even yung kanilang yung kanilang bonding moment, no, definitely iba ito kapag pumasok na sa grupo na secondary group, no? So pag sinabi natin secondary group, this can be small or large who do not interact much. Mostly, yung interaction daw nila ay tinatawag na impersonal. So interactions among members are casual and usually short-term, typically found at work and school. Let me give you an example. Hindi ba, no, meron tayong mga classmates, no, aminin niyo man sa hindi, na kinakausap niyo lang sila simply because kagrupo niyo sila. No? Right after your groupings, no, malamang sa malamang, may mga tao kayo dyan na hindi nyo nakakausapin as if na hindi sila nag-exist at all. No? Mga tipo na pinag-grupo kayo, pinag-partner kayo ng teacher or ng inyong professor, no, nag-uusap kayo pero pagkatapos ng project, wala na. No, that is actually your secondary group. Or let me give you another example. Say for example, ikaw ay bibili sa tindahan, no? Yung interaction mo doon sa tindera or sa tindero ay nalilimit doon sa pagbili mo. Otherwise, kung gusto mo syempre mas lumalim yung inyong samahan, gusto mo siyang kaibiganin or gusto mo siya limbawing jowain, hindi ba? So definitely part siya ng secondary group simply because yung interaction ninyo ay impersonal, no? Bibili lang ako ng ganito, kakausapin ko lang siya kasi bibili ako ng toyo. After ko bumili ng toyo, hindi ko na siya kakausapin. That is actually part of being a secondary group member. Okay? So examples of secondary group would be the group for a school project, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, members of the committee, your superior subordinate. Say for example, in the future magtatrabaho na kayo, no? No, karaniwan diyan, kinakausap mo lang yung boss mo, no? Simply because yung sa mga secondary group or yung mga empleyado ay nahihiya or naiilang sa kanilang mga boss, no, kinakausap lang nila ito kapag meron silang kailangan pag-usapan tungkol sa trabaho, no? So that would be superior subordinate. And of course, yung sinabi ko kanina, yung seller to buyer, hindi ba, na parang mag-uusap lamang kayo ng tindero at tindera kung bibili ka. Okay? So that would be your secondary group. Now, let's go to what we call as your reference group. So take note, class, that reference group serves as your model of standard. So take note, class, na yung reference group ay hindi nangangahulugan na kailangan kakilala mo. Ang model of standards, no, kahit hindi mo siya kakilala personally. Let me give you an example. Hindi ba, halimbawa, kayo, no, sino yung pamantayan nyo ng kagandahan? Karaniwan yan ang isasagot nyo sa akin ay mukha ng artista. No? Or say for example, gusto niyo malaman kung sino yung gwapo, no? Pinakagwapo halimbawa or ideal halimbawa na jowa. And I think ang isasagot niyo commonly diyan ay mga artista. And that is actually part of your reference group. Okay? We also use these persons na part ng reference group as our patterns to guide our behaviors and attitudes. No? Mga tipong kailangan ganito ako gumalaw para talagang astigin ako, mga tipong ganyan, no? So definitely that is part of being in the reference group. Okay? So examples ng ng reference group na pwedeng pumaulaw dito ay your peer groups, your seniors, your schoolmates, no? Actors and actresses. Ayan, no? So definitely sila yung commonly na bumubuo sa ating reference group. Okay? So in talking about reference group, there are two types. No, we have the first type, we call that as in-group. This is a social group to which an individual identifies and which give him or her a sense of belongingness, solidarity, camaraderie, and the feeling of togetherness and protective attitude toward the other members. From the word itself, in-group, no, ibig sabihin kaparte ng iyong circle. No? So the members know each other intimately and loyal to each other, and they share common activities, goals, and even background. So examples ng mga tao na part ng iyong in-group ay yung mga members, no, ng church organization and even yung ating sports club. Okay? Ayan, out-group naman, class, no, from the word itself, out, no, labas ng inyong circle, no? So this is a social group that an individual does not identify with. They view as outsiders of the in-group. Kaya nga siya tinawag na out. No? So any member of the in-group has a feeling of strangeness, avoidance, and antagonism towards the members of the out group. No? So let me give you an example. Ayan, no? So, di ba yung mga karaniwan yung naglalaro sa ML dyan, no, na kahit halimbawa na kalaban nyo sila, no, though naiinis kayo sa kanila, meron pa rin point na parang hinahangaan nyo yung taong ito dahil sobrang galing maglaro. So definitely, that person would be part of your out group, no? Same as with the other sports, no? So mapa-basketball yan, mapa-badminton yan, volleyball yan, that can be part of your out group, which is your team opponent. Okay? So, let's proceed. No, take note also, bakit natin dinidiscuss itong mga bagay na ito? No? So, yung out group, mga social groups, it is simply because, no, what I would want you to take part or i-key takeaway natin with this discussion is that you must be able to build your networks. No? So, but what is networks? So, class, networks is defined as sets of informal and formal social ties that link people to each other. No? So take note also that social network is a sociological concept for a group of interdependent individuals and the relationships between them. So take note, class, no, sa panahon ngayon, whether we admit it or not, hindi sapat, no, na ikaw ay matalino lamang. Hindi sapat na ikaw ay mabait lamang at hindi sapat na masipag ka lamang, no? Sa panahon ngayon, sobrang halaga ng meron kang tinatawag na connection. No? Itong mga connection na ito commonly, no, syempre sila ang part ng iyong network, hindi ba? So say for example, in the future maging kayo, no, maging businessman or businesswoman kayo, sino ba tutulong sa inyo? Of course, yung nasa networks ninyo. That is why, no, sabi nga, do not burn bridges, no? You must be able to build bridges instead of walls. Bakit? No? Pag graduate niyo ng senior high, karaniwan yan yung mga magiging kaibigan niyo sa college, maging professor niyo sa college, definitely they will be the ones na tutulong sa inyo para maging successful later on. Okay, that's why what I would want you to take away with our lesson for today would actually be, ano, no, you should be able to build these networks towards other people. Okay, so let's continue. So networks is also being formed by the presence of social linkage for some personal, economic, religious, or political reasons. And the social actors within a network might be people, families, organizations, corporations, states, or a mixture of individuals and groups. Again, class, it is imperative for us that we will be able to widen our networks so that in the future, success will be guaranteed. And that's it for our discussion about groups within the society. And let me grab the opportunity to thank everyone for attending our session. And I hope to see you on our succeeding ones. So thank you, everyone, and have a great week ahead of you.